Today, yogi seeing a shop only a day certain yoga. Seeing a shop that yogi lunch out and your mobile. Chikamasura Koto Kopia. The Vega Navy over a song. Who was only able to be a song. Kotokopian shouted about Palilo Sankamalo Povara. That is Changwa Chowdi Yoga.
Today, so that the yogis will know how to do walking meditation, Sayadawgyi will begin to talk about walking meditation in detail. Walking meditation is not ordinary walking just to relieve stiffness or aches. In Pali, it's called chankama, and this means to walk back and forth. We start out at one place and we go to the end of our walking path and then come back. So we go back and forth, and this in Pali is called jankama.
Wuli Tolly ha Nakoma when 20 Damolo do teaching Loshi Nakoma Mavesi Saitara Lame Ede Layatana Apokalibio Siju little one. Pamu Pemua Leve Woman Mave Pona Pinagati Shadow. Two teaching Loshi, but mother woman must say Tavara. Now what powder Lalushi send it? Joso Vira Shumaya. Peja Lalushi and never send it. Josure in a Shumaya. To live to a lunch up for a view Muriha. Chef Mava Tishara Chido. Chef Mava Sitara. Chef got the fair Cheniro. The fellow shy in the fair Mava Sitata. Yave Luchara Tisha Yave. Bebe Luchalusi, Bebe, Dala, Yongley Shiva. Tabito Pong Pum Fire and Lodo Mati Lavoli. Then they chose us and Muro Pong Pum Fire at Tower Chiva at Lodo.
The in-breath and the out-breath occur at the nostrils. If you want to know the in-breath and the out-breath, you need to put your attention on the nostrils where the in-breath and out-breath happens. Like when a visitor is coming along the road, you go to the gate or to the entrance where they're coming, where they're going to enter, and you greet them. The rising and the falling appear at the abdomen. And therefore, to know the rising and the falling, we put our mind, our attention, on the abdomen first. And then we're ready to observe the rising when it happens. Same with the falling. We put our attention there, and we're ready to observe the falling when it happens. The action called lifting, moving, and placing happens in the legs. So we put our attention on the legs. And since we walk with two legs, when the right leg is stepping, we put our attention on the right leg. When the left leg is stepping, we put our attention on the left leg. So the attention changes from leg to leg according to which one is moving. The walking meditation is not as stable as sitting meditation. We have to place more effort, and it's a bigger responsibility to observe during the walking meditation.
Kudariya Yanza Shitalamha Tabai Mateni Nabai Mateni Tongmai Mateni Wali Tipi Tongmai Shiva de Tamamaro Gugala Yogi the Tongmai never Lula Tanai Zia Jomeswe, Tanai Tongmai Banabo. Mazo Maninese. Now do the by my Maninese, now so a Maninese body. But Mazo by my Yalambe Lambo Yalano Mapulusia Yabe Sekili Kalia Najoba Lamu Ki on Leve Jomya Sayava. Say, argue over, say, ato over. Lana level, Mammy also your level, say, ato over. You got worry and the top barney as well. It I will wear Joja Yard, you saw. Lana, Yalane, Belane. Earlier, Paya or the world. The Gure Goga Lamu Porai Mimia Mamma Saraboli, Melusia, who's Saraboli. Kissing Puri, she however. The land of Lamana Lucia Satan, she would be a yard one night days or a the Levati, she however. Yogi fully let Shita. Very Mamule Kiao Sana let you about it. Sana let Shiva. Shiva Erari, Cindy Shitama. Swaho, Mammy or Boli, Jonga Samuha, Pigita Bola. Kong Fan have a blow down. Shafu level to Nilgoma. The Gurega Saint Kisimudi, Shita nearby. Lucia Bus Ravoli. Send it, Kisentara. Uriane. Lucia Bus Ravoli, Sana Leveshita. Although Momes Ravoli, Sana Leshita. She by my she hello say Lambu Pebega Lambu body, Belane, Yalane, Savali Mamu Mimia Panhina Ravadama. Erate Yejiva. Hello, what I come you are only at Jodo, Messi Shivi Melo. Bega me wele. Sewa Zavia Chivo Malo Sekumada Yata and Dosravali Naji Melu Tanjaya Sewa Zavia not only Malo not been a Poco Yalu, the water as they Yijiva. Go up below Buddha Shire Poco Chise. Choraga Baru, Yarusra, Bari Rusra, that is Sinza Nimulo. Tika Yohan, the Guayat had a Buddha cannot chat higher. You net a lower. That's a Yijiva. Say, Maki solution or Dumalu. Kiwi Tazali Lua Baretum. Then he had a little jot over it. Uruga Bui Pata, Puruka Parita Sakatawiya Saraboli. You minute me Yatana Yaulide, Ye Lulu, Kibili Kayata. She Mafia Katara Yedi, take her Yedi, pay out the few of the lower. But she the Lama, the Paido, don't make my solution. Few of the lower. Who she the land of Vayaro, few of the local Malo, a chance of Mammy over the easy water. That is to die, low Pama. Dhamma Tia Hushivara.
Yesterday, Sayadawgyi spoke first about how to observe at the grossest level. For one step, one should observe one part, and then 2 parts, and then for each step 3 parts. It's possible to observe more than 3 parts, but at present 3 is enough for the yogis. So if we have 1 hour of walking, then divide that hour into 3 parts, each 20 minutes. And for the first part of the hour, walk just observing each step as one, with 1 note, left step, and then right step. So when one is about to lift the right foot, to make a step with the right foot, we have to put our attention on the right leg. We have to apply mental energy to the foot that we're going to move. And that's why Sayadawgyi said that it requires more effort. It requires 2 levels, 2 kinds of effort. So with every step, their mind should be there. Every time we step with the left foot, the mind should be on the leg. Every time we step with the right foot, the mind should be there. This effort, mental effort to keep the mind on the leg that is moving. And to begin with, we need to prepare ourselves. Okay, I'm going to try to note so that I don't miss a single step. It's important to give ourselves that initial preparation. We should also bear in mind that if we can observe each step, we can get purity of mind. And we should understand this, and we should have faith that this purity of mind comes about through walking in this way, through this meditation. And we should also have the desire, the zeal, to get this purity of mind. If we practice like this, then we'll be able to observe effectively. And with the second portion of the hour, lifting and placing, it's the same way. We should prepare ourselves in advance. Have the idea that I'm not going to miss a single lifting, a single placing. I'm going to try and get each one. So there should both be effort, or virya, and chanda, desire or zeal. I'll try to observe so as not to miss. And if we have this initial effort, initial desire not to miss, then we'll be able to observe effectively. And so it's very important. And as Sayadawgyi said the other day, although we have eyes, there's no need to take any interest in the sights that are going on around us. Chakumasa, yata, and to. Although we have eyes, we should behave as though we're blind. And there are sounds in the environment, but there's no need to take interest in them. So to behave as though we're deaf, although we have ears to hear. And no matter how much general knowledge we have, no matter how much learning, at this time of practicing, just put it aside. Just put it aside for now and do according to the instructions. This is very important. And also, in moving about here and there, one should move in the way that a sick person moves. Slowly. And Sayadawgyi mentioned the analogy from the text, Visama bhumi bhage udaka purita sakatangvya, that one should move just like one is trying to push a cart full of water, full of jars of water, over a rough surface. We have to push the cart carefully so that we don't spill the water. And if we're observing 2 or 3 parts during the walking meditation, we should do this slowly. During the first part of the walking meditation, when we're observing just right step, left step, there's no need to go slowly. So, because this is just observation at the grossest level. So, we should do according to these instructions, and only then will the walking meditation be effective.
Sina Shaude Kama, a young lady of the Lama, the Bible, Yalane, Belane, the Maria of 60 of Yahu, Kachi River. The Maria Kachi, say the Charava Malone, Tovavi, Chanzali to go my yowling. A young below the chain market and the pine bowling. Quality Ali the vine, Charlie Ali the vine. Here I need to attach a dwyer. Change the guy, take outside of Malu, attach a dwyer. She the lamp down by one. Joria by Sharia by Charima. Slamusra Shiva is Lanalia. Juahu, Lamu, Shahu Zavali. By Domai. Here I jaro. Pivi Tada Shafu, the Yejivaya. Kunaga, Uruga Perita. Uruga. Uruga Perita Sakatan, Huyas, Ramilwali. Yipi Lely, Millennia Madonna Kama. Pivi Pian Pia or the Dhamma Atese. Lancha. Kaitama. She needed, she needed. Yonan Tiari Voli. By my church, Tilan Haimara. Jaune Joseph only never called Tilan Haimara.
When doing the walking meditation during the first part, observing left step and right step, we do this in part to relieve the aches and stiffness. So the concentration, samadhi, is not yet very continuous. But as long as our mind does not go anywhere else, it's okay. And then after doing the first part, breaking it down into 2 parts, lifting and placing. And this too has somewhat of a nature of relieving stiffness. So one has to apply aim and effort each time one lifts, each time one places. And when we can do this quite comfortably, quite easily, and accurately, then we can go to observing 3 parts. In lifting, moving, and placing, the moving is in between the lifting and the placing. And this 3-part observation has to be done very, very slowly and carefully. As Sayadawgyi mentioned, Visama bhumi bhage udaka purita sakatangvya, like pushing a cart full of jugs of water over uneven ground. Only if we move slowly and carefully like this will we be able to observe the mind and matter that are really there in the moment of lifting, in the moment of moving, in the moment of placing. Only then will we be able to know them clearly, and we can also come to see how they are related as cause and effect.
So Zekanama, Georgian see a symbol. Nandiari is a bit of January. Drogo Saramana Dhamma de Kovaya. Are you seated there? Are you good at it there? Did that there? Look at this over. Do your trial since in Chela. Era Medita, Anaramana Dhamma. Are you Medita there? You are a decanted. Hello, Buddha, that's a quail with a hot hour. Are you Tita Daga? No? Matita Daga, Yog Traboli. Era little Janza Yogi, now level lower.
In the moment of lifting, there's a series of intentions to lift, and this is mental or nama, and in Pali it's called Saramana Dhamma. It's a Dhamma or a thing which knows. It takes an object. And Rupa, matter, is called Anaramana Dhamma. Anaramana Dhamma. It's something which is known, but it can't know anything itself. So the Buddha spoke about these two, that what knows the object is nama, or mind, mental. And what is known, does not know the object, is rupa, or matter. The yogis should know about this in a general way.
Very joy yoga, Tuji Tete Solution, same of Paloshi, Tuji Tete, Shoji, the time, Yanina, Shira. Georgian as a killer solution, a little bit of Shivi Joala. Yamia Georgia, Yamia, Mama Georgia, Mama. Nene Georgian, she said, Eddie say like Nene Kira. Yogia, the Jilu as well. Bahama Tuma did it at the warm ship. Georgian as say people lama, Lulu Shasali Chilada. Umaja, Bangas, Kiba Chijabazo. Banga Sayadawgyi doesn't hire. Sayakalogo Nebuloshi, Liasita Aramalago. As Sayakalo Milabi Soloshi, Edita Jurema, Liasi Ari Shogora. Banga Pablo Lero. The Nandiana Yukia Haleve, Eddie Pangale, Umale, Holy Nalita. Sayakalo, Unake, to a Tijiva. Nela Lucia, Luciana. Mama Lucia, Mama Nila, Pumiana. Miazon Lucia, Elia Calogo, to a Jompilla Lucia. Pila Lucia, Yamia, you feel it a better one. Trouble, Lamu, Shahu, the Togo Pitania. Nene Pizzi, Lucia, Nene Later. Mama Lipis with Mama, Yam pieces of Yam body. Sika take it at the body of our Did a Kanama. George in a sensing up. Nayotiari is our body. George in a sensing young Opo. Joa with a portrait or a body. Eraga Yotiari to her.
The matter involved in lifting by itself, if there's no mind involved, there's no intention to lift, then that matter, that leg, will just stay right there. It won't move at all. But when there's the intention to lift, then it lifts. And if there's the intention to lift the leg quickly, then the movement will be quick. If there's the intention to move it slowly, there will be slow movement. So according to the mind, the matter, the lifting, the matter involved in lifting will occur. And by itself, rupa or matter is just like a lump. It knows nothing, and it will just stay there as it is. Only when there's the mind, the intention to do something, does it make any movement. It's similar to an electric fan, which is connected to electrical wires, and there's maybe a switch to a source of electricity. So if we press the switch, if we don't press the switch, then the electricity doesn't flow, and there will be no movement. The fan won't move at all. But if we press the switch, if we turn on the electric switch, then electricity will flow, and the fan will move. Mind and matter, nama and rupa, are like this. Until the switch is pressed, there won't be any movement. And there are also switches which control how fast the movement occurs. The movement could be slow, it could be medium, or it could be fast according to the switch that's turned on. So in the lifting, in the moving, in the placing, if there's the intention to go slowly, the movement will be slow. If there's an intention to go moderately, there will be moderate movement. And if there's an intention to go quickly, then there will be fast movement. The mind controls the speed of the movement. So, in lifting the foot, there's a series of intentions, and this is nama or mind. And due to the mind, the foot gets light and it goes up. And this is physical Dhamma, rupa, or matter.
Panga Minga Yachita and I was a shame. Saya Kaloka Pumatau solution, a shame. Minga let the Ari Sishin Lavi. Saya Kalo the full of the solution, or do not set with our Yachi Julia Leviro, Homataviro, Motado Tito, Eraman Lero, Tiro Pangamashini, Tanget Tando, Tanloniha, Atiri. Yasita went all that you are so shallow. Yasita Moy at the Ejibe. Chayo, Nayo, Chayo, Sachi, the Kureva, Yudiari, however. Six of Shida, Yudiari, however. Sigma Balushi drew at the Ejibe, Yani, however. As a great tell like the solution, no. Lulu Shaza Shilada. စိတ်နှုံးကိုတင်ပေးသလောက်သူကလည်းပဲအနှေးမြန်နေဖြစ်လာတာပဲစိတ်နှုံးကနှေးစီလို့ရှိရင်သူကနှေးတော့တယ်စိတ်နှုံးမြန်စေခြင်းလို့ရှိရင်မြန်လာတယ်တိတ်ပြီးတော့မြန်စေခြင်းလို့ရှိရင်လည်းပဲယုတ်ကလည်းလိုက်ပြီးတော့မြန်တော့တာပဲတမအဲ့ဒါလေးတော့ခွာချပါတယ်နော်စိတ်မပါလို့ရှိရင်တော့ဘင်္ဂမှာရှိနေတဲ့တန်ခဲတန်တုံးတွေလိုပဲလျှက်စစ်တာကျိုးကနေလျှက်စစ်တာတွေရောက်လာတဲ့အခါကျမှသူကလှုပ်ရှားတဲ့သဘောပါပဲထို့သူကြွမှုလမ်းမှုချမှုကိုယ်မှုဆောင်းမှုဆောင်းမှုငဲ့မှုမြတ်တော်ခတ်တာလည်းလုံးပိတ်တာဖွင့်တာကအစပေါ်လေးဒီထဲမှာအဲမှာရှိနေတဲ့ရုပ်တွေဟာစိတ်မပါလို့ရှိရင်သူတို့ကလည်းငြိမ်ပြီးတော့အသေးကြီးလို့ဖြစ်နေတာပဲ
A fan, there's usually the main switch connecting where we turn the switch on, turn the electricity on at the wall. If that main switch is off, then the electricity won't come. And also the fan has its respective switches. And if these are off, then there won't be any movement. So when the main electric switch and then the fan's switches are both on, then the electricity will flow and it reaches the motor of the fan and then the motor, from the motor the blades turn. So all these parts involved in the fan, the metal and plastic, they're just dead lumps, but dead pieces of matter. But because the electricity comes, then these things move. And in the lifting, the moving, and the placing, the mind produces materiality, matter. And therefore, when there's no mind involved, there won't be any mind-produced materiality, mind-produced matter. And so there won't be any movement. But when there's the mind involved, then there will be movement. It's controlled by the mind. How fast the movement is, it could be slow, it could be medium, it could be fast. It's all controlled by the mind. And if the mind is not there, if the intention to do something is not there, the matter or physical part will just be like a dead lump. So the mind is similar to the electricity that flows in order to produce the motion of the fan. And it's like this in any movement we make, in the moving, in the placing, bending, stretching, blinking, opening and closing our eyes. All matter is just as though it were dead if there's no intention involved, if there's no mind involved.
ဒီတော့ကြွစေခဏမှာတကယ်ရှိအဟုတ်ရှိနေတာကတော့ကြွကျင်တဲ့စိတ်အစဉ်စဉ်နန္တရားသာရှိတယ်ဘယ်သူမှငြင်းလို့မရဘူးအဲ့ဒီနန္တရားအစဉ်စဉ်ကြောင့်ယောက်ျီပေါ့တက်လာတာပေါ့လေပေါ့ပြီးတော့ဖြစ်နေတာတောင်းတေးပြီးတော့ပေါ့တက်လာတာဒါလည်းရှိပါလားအဲ့ဒါကယုတ်တရားပဲနာအစဉ်စဉ်ယုတ်အစဉ်စဉ်ဒီတည်ကျင်လို့ရှိရင်ကြွတုံးကြွဆဲလေးပေါ့လေအဲ့ဒါလေးကိုအခုလိုသတိပဋ္ဌာန်နည်းနဲ့စိတ်အားဆက်ရပါတယ်စံတဘောကလည်းပဲရွယ်စုရပါတယ်စိတ်အားလည်းဆက်ရပါတယ်ချိန်သားလည်းကြက်ရပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီနှစ်ခုကယောဂီမှာအများအားပါနေရပါစိတ်အားဆိုင်တဲ့ဒီကလေးကြွစားပြီးတော့ ဆုံးသွားတဲ့အထီပေါ်လေးခါတဲ့ကပ်ပြီးတော့တတိလေးကတ်နေအောင်ဆိုပြီးတော့စိတ်အားဆက်ရအပူတပြင်းအေးစစ်စစ်လုပ်မရဘူးနိုးကြနေရမယ်တိတ်ကြွဖြတ်လိုက်ရမယ်ဒါရှိရမယ်ဒါသိရေးကြည့်ပါလားစားကအဆုံးထိအဲ့ဒီပုံမှာစိုက်ပြီးတော့စူးစိုက်ပြီးတော့ပါသွားအောင်ပေါ့လေချိန်လည်းပြရပါတယ်ရွယ်စုမှုတဲ့အဲ့ဒါလေးပါတာစံသဘောလေးတွေလည်းအမြဲတမ်းပါရပါတယ်အဲ့ဒီနှစ်ခုရှိနေလို့ရှိရင်ဖြစ်နေလို့ရှိရင်ကျွမ်းမှုပေါ်မှာစိတ်ကတတိယကပ်နေတော့တာပါပဲဘယ်မှမပြေတော့အဲ့ဒါဘာဝနာခေါ်တာပဲအဲ့ဒီစိတ်ကလေးတွေတစ်ချိန်ကြတစ်ချိန်ကြဖြစ်နေတာကိုဒါဘာဝနာခေါ်တာပဲ
In the moment of lifting, what is really there is a series of intentions to lift the foot. It can't be denied that this is there. And because of this intention, the foot becomes light, stiff, and it goes up. And this is matter, rupa. If we want to know this series of mind and matter, nama and rupa, that are really there in the moment of lifting, we have to apply mental energy. And there also must be aiming, focus. This is a jhanic factor. So we must always apply these factors. First of all, energy. We need to make the mind stick from the very start to the finish of the lifting movement. And in order to do this, we apply ardent energy. We need to be alert and active. It's very important. And in order for the mind to be there from the start to the finish of the lifting, one has to always also aim accurately. This is a jhanic factor. If these two are present, ardent energy and accurate aim, then sati will surely stick to the lifting. It won't run anywhere else. And this is called bhavana. And this type of mind occurring again and again is also called bhavana.
Makasa maro nenero choda pare. Tito mukaya. Niera lichin lobiya pare. Lichin lobiya shi choda le chomati rabe. Matera le matemati rabe. Matera le temati rabe. Tera miyabi solo sheye. Choda le mamila le. Nezo choda amuya wale. Dale de ti la. Slow pongi baba taka ti la de choda ha. Tabane pungtana ne yo ni de choda. Choda achiya ne yo ni de choda. Matan shin le bu tu aro. Now the baby mother may say, no, the gay she go on with the ladder of her. You are don't let it pack lady. The table of water they come out. The don't let that. Ayada she is probably. Don't leave them our sick young. Ayada tell them the devil. The Pagali watching the sea, the Pagali of Pelos or body. Puntana ne တွဲပြီးတော့သိနေတတ်ပါတယ်ရှင်းရှင်းဒီအရာကမသိသေးပါဘူးဒါလိုပဲယောဂီကတော့ကြွလန်းချအစရှိတဲ့မူရာတွေထိုင်ပြီးတော့မှတ်တဲ့ခါမှာဖုံးမှုပင်မှုဆင်းရဲလျှောက်တဲ့ဆင်းရဲလျှောက်ပြီးတော့မှတ်တဲ့ခါမှာကြွမှုလာမှုချမှုရှင်းပုံတဏ္ဍာကြီးနဲ့တွဲပြီးတော့သိနေတတ်ပါတယ်စာပိုင်းတော့ Jamu lamu chamu kore chinya agarana le dwebido tini tapare. Chwaze lanze chaze ma shi nide tege shi au shi nide. Nandavo tete ne yudavo tete matire babu. Seko tanchi au twari pi au matama lichi niya bari le tama. Era do yogi ya nale tha bare. Edo atuka ma chwaze lanze chaze kana ma bodi dare yumna ni shi nide sura. Nga matwe deva la matwe ba la sura bodi. Edelo sinza bido lufu mlo. Chwa lancha amuya u mibiya ya mafu be yogi ya. Tu ma tawo shi ya. Tu mi ba tawo ma shi. Chwa ra ba le, chwa ra be lo le. Ba jang chwa le sura sinza bo mlo. Tu lo ka mibiya ya mafu be da le. Mibiya ya ma lo khanika thamadi di a phit la lo shi ya. Now tu ha tu be. Chwa le khaita ma nane yukတရားတွေတွဲပြီးတော့တန်းတဲ့ခိုက်ကြမှာလဲနာနဲ့ယုတ်တရားတွေတွဲနေတာလေနီးချတဲ့ခိုက်ကြမှာလဲနာနဲ့ယုတ်တရားတွေတွဲပြီးတော့ဖြစ်နေတာလေရှင်းရှင်းကိုသိလာမှာပါ
At the start of the practice, one's not able to do this effectively. We have to work at developing this. We have to always practice. And if we do this, if we keep on trying, then we'll know when we've missed. And we'll also know when our aim is not accurate, when we don't see the object head on. But when we are able to observe the object head on directly most of the time, then we'll come to know the lifting. At least we'll know the position of the foot, that is the manner of lifting. And one will also know the form of the leg. But what one knows, because what one is knowing, the lifting, is mixed up with form and manner, it's not yet clear. What we know is not yet clear. But if we keep on paying attention, we will come to know. And an analogy Sayadawgyi used is that when we chew the food that's in our mouth, we will come to know the taste. Well, the mind is on the food first of all. The mind knows the food. It's not yet knowing the taste. And then it starts to know the taste together with the form of the food. It doesn't know the taste as something separate from the food at first. And it's similar to this when we're sitting and observing the rising and the falling, or when we're walking, observing the lifting, the moving and the placing. First of all, we come to know the form. So in the lifting, moving or placing, the form of the leg. Or we come to know the form together with the manner, the position. So in lifting, moving and placing, we aren't able to see only matter or only mind yet. But we're building up. We're working towards this. By keeping on trying, we're building up the ability to see. So in the lifting, in the moving, in the placing, there are mind and matter, nama and rupa, involved. Have I seen it yet? Okay, there's no need to think about, am I seeing it now? Don't think about it at all. Just try to note, observe effectively. If we think about what is lifting, why is lifting happening? It's completely unnecessary. We just should observe, because when our momentary concentration is developed, then we will know automatically. We will know in the lifting, we will know mind and matter occurring in a pair. We will know in the moment of moving, when we observe the moving, we'll know mind and matter, nama and rupa, occurring in a pair. Observing the placing, we will know mind and matter, nama and rupa, occurring in a pair, and we will know this very clearly.
Yo yere a piengo to a tazi you like it, Romolevi. Yo ye, Mishiro, to a lay Yudara. I will never say that change my pillow, Debbie solution. Sigli had cut Choto Vido, Choto Movido. Come out of Javara with a winter with it, Hedda Mishiro. Luet Chore. Uti Mori, Uti Mori, Mishiro. Mankane say Uti Mori, Sama Utekari, Finira. I chain it up as a lady. Now, Jolanjadi, a few mugo, my body. Down at dinner, floated, Jore, Di Muyari, the Delia Calado. Say, Ninyamu. Titilia Kawetara. Eka would not go deep travel. Eka social tire. Our not peso tire. Go deep, low show neither. Jordan Lanin Chare, Boma Secrega. I say, Peter, Mother Law. Tirema, Tabilo, Secretary, Candy, solution. Say, one it up, secret. Kaliga Tamari lives in it. Tikama Sikalia, piano nalemsi, Puana lemsi. Pelaconda. Kaita Sikalia, Tashinida. The Tamanil of money is where Tamanima Sikamo Chaucer. Sikane money is where Jimo Chaucer. Tashinada. The second Tamachane, 12 as a Ruchi, Tamanema, Jimontoze. Namanema, below Yamalet, 20 people. Manina Selo, 6 money as a Ruchi. Manina said, below Yamalet, or 20 people. Hello, Uria to eat the Mari, Chindaga Pare. To take it from you, say, Heli Paonari. Pualara, Mialara. The water Miala solution. Swine so that the dear 2 Jaja 12 Swine so that energy body, energy did I do 12.
In that way, trying all the time to observe lifting, moving and placing, when virya, sati and samadhi, effort, mindfulness and concentration arise, we should think about what is happening in our mind at that time. Ardent effort or virya overcomes laziness. It gets the upper hand over laziness. So there's no slackness in the mind. Virya, energy, effort takes its place. And when one is aiming so that the mind meets the object accurately, then the mind doesn't slip off the object. So it doesn't go to thoughts about sense pleasures, thoughts about trying to harm others, or other thoughts, kama vitaka, vyabhada vitaka, or vihimsa vitaka, thoughts of ill will and thoughts of trying to harm. So the mind has no wrong objective at that time. The mind's objective is good, and the mind is therefore pure. And then sati sticks to the lifting, the moving, and the placing. And because of sati, there is reka, varana, goti. Reka means that the mind is protected. It's being defended. Avarana means that it's like closing the door to the defilements, and goti means that it's secure from the defilements. So to the extent that we can apply energy, ardent effort, accurate aim, and sati sticks to every lifting, every moving, and every placing, then there will be kanika samadhi, or momentary concentration. And this means that the mind is clean in that moment. So if we can observe like this for 1 minute, 60 seconds are in 1 minute, so there will be 60 moments of this clean mind occurring. And if we take it at a rate of 1 observation every other second, then still in 60 seconds there will be 30 times of this clean mind occurring. So in 5 minutes or 30 minutes or an hour, one can calculate for oneself just how many moments there would be of the clean mind. And this mind that contains virya, sati, samadhi, virya, accurate aim, sati, and kanika samadhi, is clean and pure. And this is mental development, or bhavana, to create this mind and to keep it generated again and again. So if something of the same nature occurs one after another, then power or energy emerges, comes out, is developed in a special way.
Tambo Tabido Lucy Jenna. Lology Department Tujala. You did him Lojalo. You did the Lily Sazane, Juna Olu. You did the Sisi Sasa, Mayamana. I don't have Japa Selu. Lily in a Taitoin and delay. They are so very bad.
When one understands the benefits of Satipatthana practice and has the attitude that I'm going to work respectfully and carefully, with this, in 1 week one will experience special things. And needless to say, in 2 weeks special things will occur. So if one isn't yet able to do the walking meditation well, or do the sitting meditation well, then it shows there is some lack of respect for the practice. So if there's nothing special happening in the practice for a yogi, and if the yogi continues in the same way, then the yogi is not likely to experience anything special during their practice. So if one wants to experience a purity of mind, great peace, and to get the benefits of having come here, one should work with respect for the practice and make one's noting continuous. Don't take breaks. Just keep on trying. So if one doesn't heed the urging of the teachers, which is done wanting your welfare and happiness, with metta and karuna, the teachers are urging. So if one doesn't heed the instructions, if one doesn't pay attention to the instructions, then there won't be any difference in the yogi's practice in 1 week or 2 weeks or however long the yogi practices. And the teacher, if they see that the yogi is not able to say anything about their practice one day after another, the teacher will conclude, this yogi just doesn't respect the practice, and they won't really try to take care of you. Because of that, they see that the instructions aren't being followed. So, on the other hand, the yogis who apply the instructions are loved and cared for by the teachers. And if one wants to receive their love, be loved and cared for by the teachers, then do according to the instructions. And Sayadawgyi concludes by saying that he hopes that you will all be able to work with respect for the practice, with meticulous care, and with continuity, so that you will be able to get the benefit of having come here. That's all for today. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.